welcome to, of course, UFC 323, our picks with Shane O Mac. I'm JoeDaFan for Just Win Bets, baby. Shane O, yeah, lots to cover, my friend. Lots to cover.
Yeah, it's been a long night, man.
NFL,
we got our NFL bets out. We got the college bets out. College football on TV. UFC fights tomorrow. Can't wait. And don't forget, guys, we're going to be at Glory Days Live tomorrow night. So if you want to come and join the fights with us, if you're in the D.C. area, where they're going to be at Glory Days in Burke, Virginia, they're going to have the fights for free. They have all-day happy hour pricing, all that stuff. So come on out and join us. It's going to be a great time. We've been there the last few pay-per-views and had a blast there.
Yeah. And not too bad on our last few pay-per-views. Since we started this, I believe, in 319 there, Shano. We've been on fire.
Oh, yeah. Huge on fire. I need to go back and look at the real record, but we are, like, incredible. We're hitting at, like, a 75%, 80% clip.
Yeah.
We've been killing it with our UFC picks.
Don't forget, you can, courtesy of my friend over at DraftKings, all of our picks is going to be courtesy of, all the odds are going to be courtesy of DraftKings. So we're going to cover, of course, the main card of all five cards on all the way up to the main event. So without further ado, let's start with the first one. And this is a very interesting one here. Guzkov taking on, of course, as we bring out Yan Brajkovic. And you can see the odds right there, courtesy of our friend over at Ola Comics, who takes care of us every single time we do this. And we're going to get some special guests coming soon. For not only will this be the last pay-per-view there, Shana, as you know, but they'll also be on Paramount Plus. We'll have that. We'll be talking a little bit more about that later on. But what's your picks here for this one in the light heavyweight fight?
Guzkov versus Blachowicz. I think this is great odds for Guzkov. I mean, Blachowicz, he is an older fighter. I mean, he's 42, about to be 43, right?
Right.
And he's on a 2-fight losing streak, and he's 1-3-1 in his last 4 fights. So, I mean, his last 4 fights, he hasn't been very good. And this is he's only fought once in the last 2.5 years. So it's not like he's like sharp. Like he's still fighting like 2 or 3 times a year. He hasn't fought once in 2.5 years. I mean, I think Guzkov wins here. I think he's the younger guy. He's going to come in. He's on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC, all by finish, by the way. Guzkov's all by finish, 4 straight wins. Blachowicz is a tough fighter to beat, to knock out, but he's got a really good chin. But I kind of like Guzkov here. I'm definitely going to take a money line. I kind of like the double chance bet because that's at plus money right now. Double chance, either decision or KO or TKOs at plus 115 currently on DraftKings. So I like that a lot over the fight line. The straight money line fight line is at minus 110. They're even. Both of these DraftKings is showing them as even. Both these fighters, they're both at minus 110 money line. I think if he wins, it's either going to be by decision or by knockout. So I think that's the best bet is the double chance victory there. If you go and then you find that, guys, you go to winning method, and then you go to method of victory, double chance.
Yep.
And then KO, TKO, DQ, or decision, plus 115. Plus 115. I like that bet a lot.
I thought this was Bogdan as a Bogdanovic, the basketball player, has the same first name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bogdanovic.
Guzkov to win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision at plus 115. Now, here's the thing that I want to tell everybody, guys. We're doing it by a winning of a method. That's like what Shano just stated. Okay, so let's go back to the main card here. And you see the ticker right there on the bottom. So if you go on to DraftKings, guys, they do a 30% boost. So we're going to ask Shano throughout this whole show, when do we use the boost? You know, maybe he has a money line, so obviously you can't use it. It only be used on a method of victory. So this is one of the methods of victory here, Shano. So it's at plus 115. Do you want to use the 30% boost?
Let's go through the fight, and I'll see at the end which one I think is the best.
Okay.
Well, let's go through the rest of the card. I think that's a pretty good one. I think he wins this fight for sure. I think this is really good odds for him. I don't think you'll see odds for him again like this. He's got knockout power, and he can win by knockout.
Right.
So if you want to sprinkle some just straight on regular knockout, I think that's at plus 185. But Blachowicz, Jan Blachowicz, he's got a good chin on him. So I don't know if he'll actually get knocked out or not. He's a tough guy. But it could happen for sure. So that's why I like the double chance, just to get a little bit better odds boost compared to regular straight money line.
Yeah.
You're getting that plus money compared to the minus 110. He's not going to win by the submission. He's never submitted anybody. It's all been by knockout. So that's why I feel comfortable with that double chance.
You know, we talked about this in UFC 322, and we hit it right off the bat. I even called the round. Yeah. I don't see a round here. I really don't. I mean, it could go either whatever round, 1, 2, or 3. Do you see maybe a possible where Bogdan, of course, would win by decision? It's at plus 650.
Man, that's huge. That's a huge one. Yeah, it could definitely happen for sure. Like I said, Jan Blachowicz has got a good chin, but he is getting older in age, and he's on a losing streak like crazy. Like I said, he's lost his last 2. He's won 3-1 in his last 4. So I mean, those last 5 fights. So I mean, it could happen. It might be worth a sprinkle. It might be be the same thing for the straight knockout. I like straight knockout more. I think it's more likely he'll knock him out, but it's hard to call around. It is, especially with heavyweights. Heavyweights, it's always hard because sometimes those punches, those heavyweights can throw some damaging punches, as you know, like those big dudes can just throw some crazy power.
All right, so I'll put a little pizza money on him to knock him out, but our official pick is the double chance here. And to find that is you log on to DraftKings and you go to method of victory double chance. You want to scroll all the way down towards the middle of the page here, guys, if you have the app. And you want to find Bogdan Kuskov to win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision at plus 115. And then we're doing a little pizza money on him to win by knockout, TKO, DQ at plus 185. So, Shayna, let's go to our next fight. We're moving up the card. And, of course, we will go to this one, the bantamweight fight between Henry Cejudo Cejudo, excuse me, taking on Payton Talbott.
Yeah, so Henry Cejudo, he's a great wrestler. He's a gold medalist, wrestler. So that's his background. He was a great fighter early in his career. He retired back in 2020 after he knocked out Dominic Cruz after a 6-fight. He won 6 fights in a row. He captured 2 belts. He won 2 championship belts, and then he retired in 2020. I think it was like May 2020. It was like right after like the COVID pandemic started. He retired. It was like they were in like remember UFC was like the first major sport to come back from the COVID pandemic and stuff like that and start fighting because they had their fighters in their center there in Vegas,
right?
And fighting, and they were quarantining everybody, and everybody had to stay there and all that stuff, right? So, but the problem is he's not the same fighter he is now as he was then. He's starting to be positioned since he's been coming back as like a stepping stone for like these up and coming talents. His last fight he lost to Sterling, and then it wasn't a great fight for him. Like I said, he's an incredible wrestler, but Talbott, he's coming in here. He's much younger fighter. He's 11 years younger. He's 5-1 in the UFC. He's known for a very high pace, relentless striking, right? He's got very good striking. And Cejudo's just past his prime. And I think he should have just stayed retired, honestly. They just ended that career on a perfect note with the belt in your hand.
Right.
But since coming back, he just has not looked the same. There's no value on betting Talbott money line. There's just no value there. The money line fight right now, he's at minus 250. I don't touch that. I mean, that's just nothing to me. So what I'm doing here, what I'm thinking is I'm taking Talbott by knockout. Talbott by knockout. His strike is incredible. I don't think it'll be the first round. If I had to guess, it'd probably be either round 2 or round 3. I'm thinking his first round, it's going to be kind of more gauging his timing, getting his timing down, seeing what he can happen. And then that second and third round, that's when he's going to really start coming in and connecting with those punches. And I think he knocks him out. I'm taking Talbott by knockout in either the second or third round. Talbott by straight knockout to win by knockout, knockout, TKO, or DQ is at plus 275 right now.
Yeah.
Plus 275.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Plus 275 right there.
If you do the rounds, round 2 is plus 800. Round 3 plus 1,200. Woo!
Yeah.
So if you want to throw a little bit on those, that's not bad bet either, I don't think. Like I said, I don't see round 1. I'm not saying it can't happen. But I think that round 1 for this fight, I think he's going to try and just, like I said, just gauge his timing, see how Cejudo's going to try and take him down to the ground. That's his only chance of winning this fight, is getting him on the ground with his wrestling background.
Yep.
And so I see Talbot kind of just pacing out that first round, and then that second and third round is when he comes in and starts wearing him out.
So we're going to go with Talbot to win by KO, TKO, DQ, and that's at plus 275 there. Again, bettors, that if you log on to DraftKings and if you pick that method of victory, it's at 30% right now. It's automatically on there. You just opt in. You don't need to do a 2-leg parlay. You don't need to do a 3-leg parlay. All we're asking is just a method of victory. Now, the great news, there is no limit here. So if you decide to go with, and add the method, I'm sorry, there is a $10, there is a $10
$10 limit?
$10 limit on that. There's a $10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But, stick around and we'll see what Shane O has for more of his picks here. Let's go to this next one, and we'll pull that up right now. This is in the flyweight division, and this is, of course, Moreno taking on Taira. Your thoughts on this one there, Shane O?
So Brandon Moreno, he's a former champ. He was a 125 champ for a long time. He has super entertaining fights throughout his whole career. He lost the belt to Pantoja, who's also on this card.
Right.
He lost to him by split decision. And then the follow-up fight to that, he also lost to Brandon Royval by split decision. Since those 2 fights, he's won. He's had consecutive wins, though. So he's coming off back-to-back wins. And he's the number 2 ranked fighter in the division. He's a top-class fighter in this division. And very few have beaten him. Tatsuro Taira, how do I say his name? He is a Japanese fighter coming over from Japan. And he's 6-0 to start off in the UFC with 4 finishes. But he hasn't really fought anybody on Moreno's level yet. I don't think he's quite there yet. Moreno has an incredible fighting resume. He's gone toe-to-toe with the best in the world. He's gone toe-to-toe with the best. And the fights he's lost, it's all gone by decision. So it's tough for me to pick against him. I think Tatsuro is a great fighter, but I'm taking Moreno to win here. Right now, I'm straight money line. He's at plus 102. So if you want to take that, that's at plus money. I think what I'm going to take, though, is I'm going to take Moreno by double chance. I'm going back to my double chance here.
Okay.
And actually, no, that's not much better, though. I thought it'd be better than that. Double chance to win by knockout, TKO, or DQ or decision is at plus 105. So you're getting a little bit more juice there, but not a ton. I don't mind Moreno by. I think it ultimately will go to decision. So I think him by decision is probably not the bet, probably not the worst bet. So if you want to do Moreno by decision, that's great. But Moreno's got he's got an incredible striker. He does have some knockout power there for a 125 division. So I like the double chance bet plus 105. I don't think he's going to submit him.
All right, so let's look at here the double chance bet here. Moreno by win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision at plus 105. Now, this is where we're going to pull the trigger here at the plus 30% there. If you hit the plus 30%, it's at plus 137. I like that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
So now the only bad news is you can only bet up to $10 on that. But yeah, I like that a lot. So the official pick there was Moreno, double chance. It's a method of victory. You can get that now, 30%. Log on to your DraftKings, guys, up to $10 bet. So we're going to go with Moreno to win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision. That's a double chance there. Without the 30%, it's at plus 105, but with the 30%, it goes to 137. So something to think about. So we'll go with that one there. Let's go with the co-main event. Showing up right now here, Shane O, is, of course, Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. Now, we saw Van in a few fights earlier. So
Van had that was the fight of the night. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
It was against Brandon Royval.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trading blows back and forth. That was a super entertaining fight.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch it somewhere. I'm sure it's somewhere online. But Joshua Van, Brandon Royval fight. I mean, that was super, super entertaining fight.
Yeah.
Both fighters. I wish that fight could have just keep going on forever. That was a great fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great fight.
No question.
So a little bit about this fight. Pantoja's 14-3 in the UFC. He's definitely more the veteran here, but Van's not a spring chicken here either. He's 8-1 in the UFC. But Pantoja's a heavy favorite. He's like minus 250, somewhere around there. Minus 230 now. Minus 230. So he's still a heavy favorite. Pantoja's coming on. He's won 8 fights in a row now in the UFC. And he's defended his title now 4 times. He is a great elite grappler, while Van is definitely more of a striker. Van's a great fighter, like we said. He puts on super entertaining fights, but he hasn't fought any elite grappler nowhere near the level as Pantoja. And that scares me because in the UFC, these great strikers, they tend to struggle in their first fight against elite grapplers. And it's a learning curve when their first fight, when they go against this like elite grappler or elite wrestler,
right,
or someone like that, they just struggle in those first fights against them. And then they usually do better the second time around because they get that background knowledge of like, all right, hey, this is what they're gonna do here. And you can practice it all you want. It's not the same as when you're actually in the cage fighting the dude.
Sure.
Right. So I think Pantoja wins here, but like I said, the money line's not doing it for me. I'm taking Pantoja to win by submission, which is at plus 150. Plus 150, Pantoja to win by submission.
All right, let me look that one up. Winning method?
Yep.
Win by Pantoja to win by submissions at plus 150 there.
Plus 150.
There you go.
Oh, man, look, the double chance bet's about the same as money line. Pantoja to win by submission or decision, minus 225. Not great there.
Well, it says here for the Pantoja to win by knockout, KO, DQ, or decision at plus 140. What you were talking about is at plus 120. I see what you're saying. You're saying a submission or decision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not going to knock him out. Pantoja is not a heavy striker. He's a very methodical. He's a great fighter, but like I said, he wants to get guys on the ground and he wants to make them and suffer and submit.
Yeah,
that's his game. So I'm taking him to win by submission.
All right, so let's go now to our main event for UFC 323. We're going to pull this up. The Machine is here, taking on Petr Yan. There is, of course, the tail of the tape. Our posters courtesy of Ola Comics, who does a hell of a job for us. What say you about this fight? Now, this is the rematch.
Merab, he's a hell of a fighter. I mean, and we were talking about heavy favorites. There's a lot of heavy favorites on this card, and he's definitely a heavy favorite. I mean, he's at minus 410 right now, money line.
Sure.
So I mean that's pretty heavy. And he did win the first fight, but if you go back and look at that fight and look at that, Yan, he was fighting with a banged up shoulder. He had a problem with his shoulder, and he had an injured right hand. So it kind of makes me. I think it's worth sprinkling some money on Yan to win here, and I think he might win by inside the distance, like win by knockout. Let's see here. What is that? What is that fight here? Let's see here. Winning method. Let's see here. Let's see, just straight. Oh wait, didn't get into the fight here. UFC. So, like I said, he was banged up in their first fight. Merab's a really, really, really good wrestler.
Sure,
really good wrestler, and he can strike as well. Jan's an elite fighter, but he's getting really good odds here, and it makes me kind of just want to put money on that just because of that. I think Merab ultimately wins, but I think the odds are too good to pass up on Yan just to sprinkle some money on. You're not going to get anything worth betting on for Merab, I don't think. I mean, if you want to put like a safe bet, it'd be Merab probably by decision. But that's at minus 225.
Right.
And that's still not doing anything for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's see here. What is to win by finish? Let's see what that is. Petr Yan to win by finish is plus 800. That's what I might sprinkle some money on. Petr Yan to win by finish. And that's by knockout, submission, or DQ. That's at plus 800. I think I might put like half a unit on that.
Okay.
And sprinkle some on there.
Now, where do you, so what you want to do is, guys, you want to go to winning method on DraftKings. You want to scroll all the way down. All the way down. And you're putting a little sprinkle on Yan to win by any knockout, submission, or DQ?
Yeah.
At plus 800.
That's the only way he can win. Like I said, I'm not going to put huge money on that. I'd probably put like half a unit on it at most. Just some pizza money on that. I think Merab's a hell of a fighter. He's a great, great, great fighter. But I think that Petr Yan is better than the first fight shows. The first fight they fought each other, he was, like I said, he was banged up. He had an injury in his shoulder. And he's improved a lot since then. He has improved his kicks a lot. He's improved his takedown defense, which will help against Merab. And all it takes in this sport is just one big momentum swing or one big clean counter.
Yep.
And Petr Yan's a great counterpuncher. If he can avoid one of Merab's attacks and hit someone with some counter shot, fight could be over right there. So I think it's worth sprinkling some money on that. So official bet here, take Petr Yan to win by finish.
So that's going to be your official pick there, just to clarify there, Shane O, to win by finish at 8-1.
8-1. Big money if that hits. Big money if that hits.
Okay.
What's that? What's the 30% on that?
I already used it.
Oh. I was saying, I wonder what that is.
Well, like you can always use it. Why don't you check?
Oh yeah, I'll check it right now. I have DraftKings up.
Okay,
I'll check it right now. I haven't opted into
that is your official pick. That's not a lean.
That's your official pick. Like I said, don't put heavy money on it. Don't put a lot of money on it. Because Merab's a great fighter and he probably will win the fight. But I think the odds are just too good not to pass up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's worth sprinkling some money on it just because at 8-1, I mean, I think that's great. And that's the only way that I can see Petr Yan winning that fight is by knockout or ending the fight sometime before it. That's like the only way I see him having a shot to win. And he's a hell of a fighter himself. So it's not like Merab's going up against some scrub. Petr Yan is a great fighter. He's a former champ himself.
Shane, what about Yan by split or majority decision 14-1?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Okay. But I don't see that happening. Merab's too good.
Do you think? So you think Yan can't?
If it goes a distance, Merab's winning. If it goes a distance, he's winning.
Hold on, you're telling me that Yan can definitely knock this guy out?
I think he's got a shot to, for sure.
Interesting. All right.
30% on that is at plus 1040. So with your $10 max, that puts you at 114 payout. I might do that. It's only $10. I mean, you're right. Like I said, I think Merab will ultimately win. but that's just too good of odds to me for
Sure.
Petr Yan, who's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. And I just can't pass up on those odds. I think the odds should be closer than what DraftKings and Vegas currently have it at.
Right. I know that producer Mark is trying to find a way to open like 20 accounts and use that 30%. Can't do that, producer Mark. Can't do that. But let's recap. Of course, we'll go down one at a time. Let's go with, of course, the first one here, the light heavyweight fight between. Let's recap our picks for UFC 323.
Bogdan Guskov. I'm going to take him to win double chance, TKO, knockout, or decision versus Blachowicz. That's the first fight of the main card. Second fight of the main card, we got Talbott versus Cejudo. I'm taking Talbott to win by TKO or knockout. If you want to sprinkle some rounds in, I think that probably happens in round 2 or 3. I think the first round, like I said, he's going to try and just pace him out, get his timing down, all that stuff, because Cejudo is a hell of a wrestler still. So Talbot by knockout, though, is the pick there. The next fight, we have Moreno to win double chance, either knockout or decision. Van versus Pantoja. I'm taking Pantoja by submission. And then the main card here, Merab's a hell of a fighter, and he probably will ultimately win, but I think the odds are just too good. I can't pass up on it. Petr Yan's a hell of a fighter and a great striker and a great counterpuncher. And I could see a path where he wins by knockout. So I'm taking Petr Yan to win by finish. That's at plus 800. Plus 800.
The other thing that was at plus 800 there, Shane-O, was, let's go back real quick to what you said on Moreno, the Moreno fight. Henry Cujo, the Talbot fight, where this could end in round 2 or 3. The winning method here for round 2 is at 550. For round 3 is at 8-1.
Yeah. Well, if you go into round props,
yep,
and you pick Payton Talbot round 2, it's at plus 800 for round 2. Payton Talbot in round 3 plus 1200.
Very nice. Yep.
So that might be worth a sprinkle, whatever one you think is going to be better, or you can put a little bit on both. I mean, both of those are huge payouts. But I think,
yeah. The first one that I suggested was it could be either fighter, but
either fighter.
This one is going based on Talbot to finish the round, to finish any part of round 2 or any part of round 3.
Right. Yeah, that's at plus 800 for round 2, plus 1200 for round 3.
That's something that Shane-O, you're going to be eating some cheese fries for that one. We, of course, will be live in Burke, Virginia for Glory Days. And it will be, of course, for UFC 323. We will be there for the preliminary fights, and we'll stay around for, of course, the main event. But, of course, we'll be looking at some college football picks. So in case you missed our live show, you can always go back and check that out. We're trying something new here in the studio. So we're having a little technical difficulties, but we're going to get everything ironed out, especially for UFC 324, which has already been announced there, Shane-O. January 15th, my friend.
Have they announced who's the main event? Have they said?
They have stated who the main event will be.
Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, that's both those guys are entertaining fighting. Oh, and I think Amanda Nunes is fighting on that card too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the same card, isn't it?
I believe so.
Amanda Nunes is coming out of. She retired as well. And she's coming. Amanda Nunes is probably.
She's great.
She's probably the best women's fighter of all time.
Yeah.
She is incredible.
Yeah.
She is incredible. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure she's on that card.
Harrison's the champion on that one.
Yeah, Harrison beat her Nunez's last fight there. So this is no, she's not beat her. Sorry, Nunez lost the other belt, but Harrison versus Nunez. That's going to be a great women's fight there. Great women's fight. Nunez hasn't fought in I can't remember when her last fight was. Let's look that up real quick while we're talking about this. Amanda Nunez. When's her last fight?
I'm looking, while you're looking that up, I'm looking forward to Natalie Sylvia. She's part of the flyweight. That's the flyweight division, but she's fighting in this on this card, taking on the American Rose, Nama Yunus.
Yeah. So Nunez's last fight was against Irene Aldana in UFC 289, which is in 2023, so 2 years ago.
Right.
She defended her Bantamweight Championship in that fight. Harrison currently is the Bantamweight champ. Nunez was a double division champ for a while, for a long time. And then she lost to Juliana Pena, where she lost that other belt. So, yeah, but Nunez is a hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to see her back in the octagon again.
Absolutely. And we definitely won't be worrying about pay-per-view, but we're gonna find out if we're still doing the Glory Days, and we love doing that. Come by, check it out. Ask for our main man Ryan. He's the one of the managers there. He'll take care of you. It was packed. It was packed for 322.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Let's try and pack the house again. Like I said, this is the last pure pay-per-view, because the other ones are going to start being on Paramount Plus, which is, I think, a win-win for everybody. First of all, because this pay-per-view prices are ridiculously high.
Yeah.
But as we said earlier, you don't have to worry about that price if you're in the DC area here. Just go to Glory Days. They'll be showing it. It's free. There's no cover charge. None of that. They have great happy hour pricing all day. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. They got TVs everywhere. I'm sure they'll have the college games still on there too, until those are over. But yeah, and make sure you also check out our college picks that we gave out, because those are also going to be happening tomorrow. We did our live show right before this one, so that's also on our YouTube and on X right now, so you can check out on either venue there.
Before we go and sign off here for the night, because it's been a long day for us, we are doing a giveaway. It, of course, is the holidays, so we're doing a giveaway here from Just Win Bets Baby. You can see Shane is wearing one of those hats there. And we've got the white one right here, my friend. So they come in white, light gray, and in dark gray. And of course in black. Black's been selling like crazy, but we're giving those away. In order to enter, all you have to do is very simple. You need to pick, whoever you think. It could be in the prelims, okay?
Yeah.
Prelims, main card, whoever you think for UFC 323, any part of the card there, but the odds has to be plus 200 or above. If it hits, send us, your pick. If it hits, we'll reach out to you. We'll have producer Mark or somebody here in the studio to send a DM, or we'll email you. If you want to email your pick, you can email your pick at info@justwinbetsbaby.com. If it hits, it's plus 200. Show us a picture of the bet of what your betting slip. You don't need to show us how much you're wagering on it. It could be $1 for all we know. But my suggestion would be, hey, if you like DraftKings, hit that promo code for UFC 323, and you'll get 30% on any winning method, especially the main event that you were calling there, Shano. That's pretty good. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it's only $10 limit, so I think it might be worth putting $10 on that. That's not bad. Like I said, I think like the odds of that are happening, it could happen. But Merab's a hell of a fighter. I wouldn't. He's definitely should be the heavy favorite. But Vegas has that odds, I think, way too far apart than what it should be. I think it's based too much on the first fight where Yan was beat up.
Yeah.
Like I said, Merab would probably still win. Don't get your hopes up super too much, but the only way Jan's going to win is if he knocks that dude out or knocks him down to the ground and gets on top of him and ends it by a submission somehow. Absolutely. So him to win by finish is a decent bet for the odds, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
You said prelims. I do have a prelim fight if you want it.
Ooh.
Everybody.
Okay.
A little extra here. Terrence McKinney is fighting Chris Duncan.
Okay.
I think the hype on McKinney's a little bit too high right now. Give me Duncan money line. It's at -125.
Okay.
Duncan money line.
Looking at it right now. It's loading.
If you want a little bit more of an odds boost, I would do.
And we'll be there for that one, right? We will be there.
Yeah. We'll be there for that one for sure.
Chris Duncan.
I think he could finish him too. I don't know about that one. I have to look into that more. But Chris Duncan money line, I think, is a really good bet at -125.
Okay.
I think he should be favored more than that. So based on what I'm seeing, I think he should be closer to like -200-ish. So I think that's a really good value bet there at -125.
Yeah. Come by Glory Days anytime. Stop by, say hi. We'll be there for the prelims, of course. We're not able to cover the main event or the pay-per-view part, obviously, because of we don't want to get in trouble. We just don't want to get in trouble. So anyway, come on by, stop by. We'll have some hats for sale. We'll give you some picks. We don't mind sharing our picks. All of our picks are free, so we're not going to charge you. Hey, I saw a guy earlier was like, hey, $10, you subscribe and you get all that. Look, our last one, we went, 4-2? And it was plus money. The one before was 4-0-1. It was a push. The one before that was 3-1, I believe.
Yeah.
We're on fire, dude.
Yeah, our UFC picks have been great. They've been killing it. And like you said, the 4-2 one going 4-2 is not bad either.
Right.
I mean, that's a good winning rate right there. But the 4 wins were all plus money wins.
Not
There was no, huh?
Not only plus money wins, I called second round on one of them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was like plus 250 or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then all the other ones were plus money. It's not like we were choosing like, minus 250 odds favorites here or anything like that.
Right.
Once it gets past -200, that's the odds aren't great there for me. I usually stay away from those. That's why I like to really pick on the method of victories to get a little bit better odds.
Sure.
You just have to know the fighters and what you're looking at. And we've been hitting like crazy. So let's continue that winning ways tomorrow. And have some fun and watch the Glory Days tomorrow night.
Absolutely. All right, for Shane O Mac, I'm Joe the Fan. We're going to sign off here. Come by. Good luck to everybody for UFC 323. We will be back for UFC next calendar year in January, and we'll have a little bit of a surprise then. So for Shane O Mac, I'm Joe the Fan. Happy holidays, and we will see you.